Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And I was sitting here filming another video, so I thought I'm just going to film my last two videos over here as well. I have you all fixed up on the little, the tripod, and my two meditation books were sitting right here, and I thought, well, since I'm sitting in front of my computer, I want to pull up this kind of daily meditation that I love so much before I get into the meditation books. Let me turn the volume off on this computer so it doesn't interrupt us. And it's this meditation that when I worked in treatment, we used to say every morning. And I love this meditation so much. And I keep I have screenshot a version of it and have it in my phone. And it's actually by Hartzell Wilson. And you can look him up, and it's called A New Day. So I'm just going to read it to you because I love this, like in the mornings. Thinking this to yourself or reading this about your attitude towards the day. And you can take the word God out of it and use whatever you want to use it, or if you're agnostic or atheist, just say to the universe or whatever, or just say it to yourself. But I love this so much as a way to kind of get like started and focused for the day. So this is a new day. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is very important, because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving something in its place I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price I paid for it. And I just love that meditation so much. I think it's such a fantastic reminder that we are here but for a moment, you know? And just remembering that as we go into each and every day, that what do I want to do with today? What do I want today to mean? What do I want today to matter, you know? And I was actually just talking to a friend of mine on the phone. And so I was like talking to her about the importance of gratitude and things like that. And I think one of the things that I'm going to do like every single day is I want to take like my gratitude and like transcend it to like a new point. So I think I'm going to keep like a notebook next to, I have so many notebooks. I have like 6 over there. And then I have 2 legal pads that I keep notes on for everything that I'm working on. I think that I am going to start keeping a notebook over here. I want to do like a written gratitude list at the end of every day. I want to get back to doing that because my sponsor, when we were doing inventory this weekend, she said, you were so present and so focused when you were doing that 28 days of gratitude. And I didn't even realize that other people noticed it, you know? The first time that I did that book, my husband was like, that was the happiest that you ever were. And that was encouragement to do it again. And then the last time that I did it, for my sponsor to say to me, you were so present. And the fact that being present in the moment and in the day is a result or a gift that I received by practicing gratitude every day means that I want to do that because I want to stay in the present and enjoy the present and enjoy today, you know? What's the saying, the cheesy saying that where yesterday's gone, you know, tomorrow isn't promised, but today is a gift, whatever, when we talk about the present. But you know what I'm saying, that whole saying, I don't know what it is. I have the Google right in front of me so I could look it up, but I'm not going to. But I think it's important to remember that, you know, and ask yourself every morning, what do I want to do with the day? So like I said, I'm going to do a nighttime gratitude list every day, but I'm also going to keep a notebook, and whatever I'm working on that day, whatever I'm like, if it's YouTube videos or if I'm working on my novel, because I'm outlining this novel right now, this cozy mystery, or whether it's I'm hanging out with my husband for the day and we're just having a day to ourselves, or my dogs, or whatever, I'm doing a family day, whatever the focus of my day is going to be, the majority of that day, I'm going to make like a list of like 3 to 5 things. I was telling her like, you know, 3 is enough, but I'm going to make a list of 3 to 5 specific things that I am grateful for revolving that situation so that before I go into it, you know, that I'm like super pumped in a positive way, you know, that I'm like, not pumped, that I'm super positive, you know, that I'm like going into like, because I think sometimes when we go to like family situations, sometimes it's like, oh, it's going to be long or whatever, you know, or I don't want to see that relative or whatever, you know, or when we have things that we feel like we have to do, it's like sometimes it feels draining on us or whatever. to go into it with gratitude and to have a notebook where we write down, these are the things that I am grateful for about this experience. It's almost like paying it forward with gratitude. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. And I'm gonna really try to, like I said, transcend the gratitude and start using gratitude, you know, trying to apply the gratitude into different areas of my life. I think, like, in the Melody Beatty book, The 40 Days and 40 Nights, which I'm really thinking about doing on this channel. If you guys would like to do the 40 Days and 40 Nights by Melody Beatty, which I kind of talked about on the heels of doing the magic book, and I haven't really said much more about it, but if you would really like to do it, let me know. That might be something that I would start in the middle of May towards the summer, so we would end it like right at July 1st. So if that's something that you'd like to do, let me know. But, you know, I know Melody Beatty talked in, I think it was that book, she's talking about redoing this house and how much she hated this old money pit of a house that she bought. And one day she sat down on the floor in the middle of the house and she was like, okay, I'm going to have a completely different mindset even if I don't believe it. It's kind of like faking it until you make it. And she was like, I love this house because of its old wood floors. I love this house because of this. I love this house because of that. And over time, her attitude, because she had kind of paid it forward with gratitude, really changed about her perception of the house and the way that she looked at the house. So, you know, we really can change fundamentally how we look at situations by looking at the things we're grateful for it in, you know? And even if it's like you have to go to a family situation that you don't want to go to, you know, it's like, okay, well, I don't want to go to this family situation. I don't want to see this aunt that I don't get along with or whatever, right? But I'm happy that I have family. I'm happy that I have family that invite me to go do something, you know? Maybe this will give me an opportunity to have a better, you know, a better encounter or a better visiting with my, visiting session, I was going to say, visiting experience with my aunt that I don't usually get along with, you know? Or there will be food there that I like, you know? Or, hey, I don't have to stay all night. I only have to stay for a couple hours. Looking at the things that you're grateful for about it, right? It will change, I think, the perspective of when we go into some of these things that we see as duties or stuff that we have to do throughout the day, you know? And it can be as simple as, like, having to, like, you know, take the kids everywhere to, like, you know, soccer practice and dance class. Oh, I have to go do this. Oh, I have to do that. Then I have to make dinner, right? And instead looking at it and saying, you know, like, I'm really grateful that my kids are involved in these things. I'm really grateful that I have kids. I'm really grateful that I have a family of my own today, you know? And I really appreciate them. You know, one of the things that's hard for me sometimes because I am an only child, and so each movement to, like, the transition period of, like, you know, elementary to junior high or leaving a sport or whatever, my mom really recognized each of those changes because for her, she knew this is the last time it's ever going to happen. And, you know, I have a lot of friends of mine that, like, they complain a lot about the daily duties of carpooling and getting up and homework and all this kind of stuff, right? And I'm like, you're going to look back on this one. I mean, it's like this whole thing with, like, kids being at home for school the last year. A lot of my friends are like, oh my God, it's a lot. It's, like, so much work. And I know it is. I can't even imagine being a parent through all this. You know, congratulations to all of you parents and teachers out there, right? But what a phenomenal experience. You're going to look back on this someday and be like, you know what, that was a year that I had with my kids at home. Like, that was, as much as it was crazy, as hard as it was, like, that was a year that I got to get up every single day and see my kids. And, you know, I had this friend of mine who, when her last son graduated from high school, she, like, or, like, was, like, all the kids were going to college and he had left already. He had, like, gone to college early or something like that. And she told me, she was like, I was looking at the calendar because she had, like, a, what do you call it, like a township calendar or, like, a, you know, a county calendar or something for the city that she lived in, or a city calendar or whatever, you know, that she had gotten at the library or something. And it said on there the day, like, that school starts on this date. And she said she looked at it and she was like, school will never start again for me. Like, it's over. Like, I've retired from that. And she said she got very sad, you know, and that there were these passing moments that she didn't realize. And so I think, you know, and I always say this on a side note, parenting, okay, raising your kids, I don't care if you're a grandparent raising your kids' kids, I don't care if you're an aunt and uncle, whatever you do as far as parent, if you're a parent, mother or father, foster parent, whatever, what you do is probably one of the most, if not the most, underrated career out there. That has no retirement to it. There's no retirement plan. There's no retirement party. You don't get a gold watch when your kids go off to college, you know? And you just have that moment. And I remember my best friend's son graduated from high school, and like she had a graduation party for him and all this kind of stuff. And then he went away to college. He ended up going into the Marines, and then went to college, and then he's just, my best friend and her husband, they raised such a neat young man. And I remember sitting outside with her around this bonfire. It was just the two of us. And she's like, my job is done. She was like, I did my job, you know? And like, I still get real emotional thinking about that, because I've had so many friends of mine that have done such fantastic jobs. And parenting is so tough. And I think so many parents don't congratulate themselves enough. So tomorrow, when you get up after you've watched this video, think to yourself instead, instead of all the things you have to do, think about all the things that we're blessed that we're able to do, and we have a car to drive, that we have legs that we can walk on, and that we have health today, that we can get around. Those are things that I'm like on my gratitude list most days when I do a verbal, because I do a verbal gratitude list in the mornings. I think I'm thankful for my life, my sobriety, my health, the ability to be able to walk and see and hear, and all of that, And I think that it's important every day that we get up to maybe change our perspectives of those, because we're like the saying says, we're exchanging a day of our life for it, So if I'm not grateful, if I'm not happy, if I'm not positive about how I'm spending my day, the day's just going to go. And before I know it, it's going to be over. And I'm going to be like, what happened to today? Oh, it's just another day. It's just another day. Well, that's just another day. I don't want my life to be filled with just another days, okay? I want my life to be filled with appreciation and gratitude, and even the smallest moments of having a cup of coffee or smelling a candle like I was just doing, or, talking to you guys, or, listening to music in my car or an audiobook, or just when my husband walks through the door. I just want those moments, just hanging out in bed with my husband and my dogs, to be moments that I look at and I'm like, man, I'm pretty blessed. I have an amazing life, and I want to appreciate that each and every single day, because if I don't, then I'm losing time. And we're on borrowed time as it is. All of us, listen, we all have an expiration date. Nobody knows how long we're going to be here, and I want to appreciate, my sponsor always says that to me. I hate when she says it to me, but it's the truth, okay? She always says we all have an expiration date. But it's the truth, and I want to appreciate my life as much as I possibly can for every moment that I'm here, And on that note, I want to say thank you guys to those of you that watch consistently on this channel. It really means a lot to me. So many of you that when you reach out to me, you always say your vlog and your Peterisms channel are my favorite channels, and I love this channel so much, and it really means a lot to me that you guys watch it. So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. I think I'm not gonna, I was gonna read the meditation books, but we're at 12 minutes and 45 seconds, so I'll just read them tomorrow. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing and a magical evening. I hope you're having an amazing evening. I love you guys. Bye.